All right, next we're going to have Mark and Jeannine Smith. Mark Smith was born and educated in Boise, receiving his BS degree from the University of Idaho and completed his training in dentistry from Creighton University. He spent 2 years as a dental officer in the U.S. Navy and 38 years in general and cosmetic dentistry. He provided dental service in underserved populations beginning with the Native American Dental Clinic at Creighton University in 1972, and internationally in Nepal, Ghana, South Africa, and most recently in northeastern Congo. He is a member of the Rotary Club of Boise and also serves as a volunteer dental clinician at the Genesis Garden City Clinic.
Thank you. Thank you. Is that carrying clear back? Well, first we'll start off with Jambo. Habari. Asante sana. So that's a typical greeting in the Congo, and it greeted us every morning as we went through. But in 2012, Jeannine and I journeyed to the Congo, and it was a journey that was really the end of a conversation that started a decade before with a couple who were our patients that were serving with MAF, or Missionary Aviation Fellowship. And they said, "Oh, come and see where we live in the Congo. It is just amazing." And they said, "And when you come, bring your dental instruments, because we could really use your help there." So Donna and David and Matthew, it took a decade because there were some civil wars and different family obligations. But just to say a quick note, as a Missionary Aviation Fellowship, they have these bases of airplanes in the most remote parts of the world. And they're the people that are flying, they're flying right now in Nepal, and they fly Doctors Without Borders, and they're really an amazing organization. But you can see from the map here, the Democratic Republic of Congo is smack dab in the middle of Africa. And to get there, you pass over rainforests, and our Cessna caravan skimmed over the Lake Edward as part of the Great Lakes of Africa, and then land in Bunia, where it was another 45 minutes to fly to the village of Nyankundi. And this is the MAF base there, and Nyankundi is a village of probably around 5,000 people, elevation about 3,000 feet, so it's about 85 degrees all year round. This is the dental clinic in Nyankundi, or at least the dental clinic is one room in this building. And this was really quite a puzzle, how to prepare for a trip like this, because it was, what I knew for sure is that they had just minimal dental equipment. And when I got there, it was really true. This dental chair probably is a vintage 1930s edition of a hydraulic, really a barber chair. And we brought with us to the clinic a number of dental supplies. Dentists in Boise and Seattle donated instruments. The dental supply company gave us a huge box of different dental supplies. And this is Mr. Munganga, who I realized had been a dentist for over 30 years. And this is a part of the experience when you go on a trip like this, that every day you're realizing new things. And so he had been there in Nyankunde for 6 years, running this dental clinic, which also had no electricity. So the first thing we noticed is that in any health field, and especially dentistry, sterilization is very, very important. So here they light the charcoal fire and then use a large pressure cooker to sterilize all the dental instruments. On the first day, our waiting room was full. And and it was relatively calm, but I wasn't prepared for what came next. This was the most severe dental infection I had ever seen in my career. Lucky for her, we were there at a 300-bed hospital, and she was admitted and put on antibiotics, and after about 2 weeks she recovered, and she was 7 months pregnant, and her baby was going to do fine, but not in not in that kind of environment with a hospital. This woman would have certainly died from this wisdom tooth infection. Now here was the next puzzle. Cavities, dental drills or dental equipment, and so we needed to come up with an idea that was effective but sustainable. So we made these little dental instruments, which is a dental burr, a brand new dental burr that's glued into the handle of a ballpoint pen. And so we refer to this as the Bic instrument. And what was amazing about this is with a few twists and a little bit of pressure, this would work very effectively to remove the decay and clean out the cavity, and then a real decay-resistant, strong material was mixed, and we placed it in the holes in the teeth, and it was really, really effective, and there's the end result. So, what I want to say, a couple of things that I took away with this. This is our group. We worked for 11 days. The people in white are dental nursing students, and Mr. Manganga's in the pink, and then Jeannine and I. And these dental students, the youngest one was 16, the oldest one was 26, and these are going to be the Congo's future dentists. And for me, that the first thing is that it struck me is a mentorship. Being a mentor is extremely powerful. And when I saw the look on these students' faces, the way they lit up when they saw what they could do with just given materials and a few small instruments was amazing. The next thing that I learned was that service was like a window that helped me get very close to the people that I was working with. And even though there was a language barrier, you could sense the appreciation and the great relief when this dental procedure was completed and there was no pain. And finally, I think Jeannine and I had both agreed that we came home changed, really, and humbled by our visit. And our senses were really to appreciate how our newcomers entering America, some of the experiences that they go through. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, and really want to acknowledge you in our community who work so closely with our new Americans. And I just really enjoyed being here today, and I'd sure love to just even chat with each of you if I could, to find out the things that you've learned. And thanks, Patty, and love you and Mark for your comments. I always get excited and really